Indian marriage, a great sentimental bond. Marriage is a bond that binds two lives together. Every nation in the world has its own wedding rituals, but Hindu marriage rituals are entirely different from them. Let's know about each of them. The concept of marriage starts with searching for a suitable match for a young man who is self-reliant and a young woman who has attained marriageable age. The first ritual to start with after finding a suitable match is the prospective bride and groom having a first look at each other in the presence of parents and elders. This is called Pelli Choopulu. On a pre-arranged day, boy and girl get acquainted with each other, accompanied by parents, relatives, and community elders. In this meeting, boy and the girl make out their choice, and if they express their willingness to marry, then the rest of the marriage process is started. After Pelli Choopulu ritual, when it is decided to perform the marriage, Nishchitartham is arranged. Nishchitartham is a kind of entering into traditional agreement to get married by both the parties, the bride and the groom. It is also called Nishchaya Tambulalu. The main event of these rituals is exchanging of tambulams by parents of the groom and the bride. Once Nishchitartham is done, it is considered that half the marriage has been completed. Muhurtam, auspicious time for performing marriage, is decided by both the parties at the time of Nishchitartham. Muhurtam particulars are drafted on a paper after Nishchitartham, and later process of printing Shubhalekalu, invitation cards, starts. With printing and distribution of invitation cards, the pre-marriage rituals are completed. These are all preparatory rituals for marriage. Now begins the actual marriage rituals. Now, let's go to the Vivaha Vedika. First, a platform is built on which the wedding ceremonies take place. All those things that are required for the ceremony are kept ready on that platform. Prior to wedding muhurtam, bride and bridegroom wear the traditional wedding attire. Once the bride and bridegroom put on the traditional attire, they are not supposed to step out of the house before the marriage is completed. Basikam, a decorative jewel, is tied on the foreheads of the bride and the groom. Apart from being considered auspicious, Basikam brings a special attraction to the would-be married couple. Now, bride performs the Gauri Puja, worship of goddess Gauri Devi. Goddess Gauri is considered the most powerful among the deities. Bride performs the puja to seek blessings of Gauri Devi for a prosperous married life. Then, bride's father approaches the groom to request him to formally marry the bride, and then groom comes to the marriage pandal. This is called Varagamanam. On Varagamanam, 2 Brahmins are fed, and their blessings are sought by the prospective couple. This is called Nandimukham. Now starts the Varapuja. Here, Varudu is considered as God. New clothes are presented to him, and he is invited into the Vivaha Mandapam. On this occasion, a drink prepared by mixing milk, curds, and honey and called Madhuparkam is given to the groom. When the bride and the groom reach the mandap and are seated, a curtain is drawn between them, which is removed after some time in an auspicious muhurtam. Then, groom is made to wear a 9-threaded Yagnopavitam called Uttarajandyamulu. Now, the bride's parents, considering the groom as Mahavishnu, Lord Vishnu, and their daughter as Mahalakshmi, Goddess Lakshmi, wash the groom's feet and hand over their daughter to him with the caution, "From now onwards, her entire responsibility is yours." Now the Purohit starts the wedding rituals with chanting of Vedic mantras. This part of the ritual is called Churnika. At the onset of the wedding Sumuhurtam, that is, the exact time in hours and minutes decided as the time of the wedding, bride and groom place Jeelakara Bellam, a lump made out of cumin seeds and jaggery ground together, on each other's head. By placing this lump on heads, it is believed that positivity gets transmitted from one another and they will be living together in harmony in days to come. Rice grains in a big plate are taken to the elderly persons present there in the marriage, and after they touch the rice grains, groom will tie the sacred thread called Mangalasutram in the bride's neck. This Mangalasutram is considered as Saubhagya Chinham, a symbol of prosperity for the bride. According to Hindu tradition, a bride's prosperity lies in her husband. As long as the husband is alive, the responsibility of his wife rests entirely on him. And as long as he is alive, the wife is supposed to possess all prosperity or Saubhagyam. That's the reason a married woman is called Saubhagyavati till her husband is alive. The groom puts 3 knots while tying Mangalasutram, sacred thread, in bride's neck. These 3 knots too are meaningful. Hindu Puranas, that is, the Hindu scriptures, have described human body as having 3 forms. One is the Sthula Shariramu, second, Sukshma Shariramu, and the third one is Karana Shariramu. First one is the body which our eyes can see. Second one is the Atma inherent in our body, and the third one is the physical body sans the soul. The 3 knots denote that the couple will remain together as one with all these 3 body forms. After tying of 3 knots, the newlywed couple owes to live together forever. After tying of Mangalasutram, the couple, in anticipation of their house be filled with grain always, shower rice grains mixed with milk, ghee and turmeric powder called talambralu. Now friends and relatives present gifts to the newlywed couple. These gifts also include household articles which the couple may require for setting up of their new home. After the gifts presentation, the Purohit ties the ends of couple's clothes together and between chanting of Vedic mantras assures them of God's blessings for their happy married life. Now bride and groom are made to press over each other's foot. Till now, the bride and groom are unknown to each other's touch. Here they feel the touch. One more thing to be noted here is that in the beginning of the wedding, the couple were made to touch each other's head at the time of placing Jeelakara Bellam. And now their feet press one another. The inherent message passed through this ritual is, from head to toe, they belong to one another. The ensuing ritual is Panigrahanam, the act of holding hands. The couple stand facing each other and groom takes bride's right palm into his left palm. With their hand in hand, the couple takes the oath of living together throughout their lives. Now the couple are made to stand facing northwest direction of the sacred fire with the ends of their clothes tied together. The couple, by taking 7 steps together, are supposed to have wished that they would continue to be friends for their entire life in the same manner in which they walked these 7 steps. Now the couple sit together near the sacred fire and perform homam. They put homas in the fire. After completing homam, the groom takes the bride to his home in a procession. The reason behind taking her in the procession is to intimate everyone that from this day the bride is his wife. The marriage takes place in daytime. The couple are brought out of the house and are shown the sun. In Hindu religion, sun is the appearing God. The secret behind bringing the couple into the presence of sun is to make them realize and remember forever that their marriage took place in his presence. Now the wedding ceremony is almost nearing completion. At this stage, bride's aadapadchu, sister-in-law, that is, the groom's sister, takes assurance from the bride that she would give her offsprings in marriage to her sister-in-law's children. The love and affection among the siblings in Indian families was abundant in olden days, and marriages used to take place mostly between the relatives. This ritual is the outcome of that tradition only. The newlywed couple seeks blessings from the elders. While blessing the bride, her parents tell her now she has to go along her husband and get a good name for her parents by doing virtuous deeds. With that, the bride readies herself to go to her in-laws' place. She worships the gods for the prosperity of the family. This part of the ritual is called Nakabali. Nakalokamu means Swargamu or paradise in English, and worshipping of the gods who are in the Nakalokam is called Nakabali. After that, the Veda Pandits bless the couple. According to Hindu Puranas, there are 7 great sages called Saptarishis. Saptarishi Nakshatra Mandala, Big Dipper's Circle in English, is named after these rishis only. Vasishtha is one of the Saptarishis and his consort is Sati Arundhati. The Saptarishi constellation is shown to the newlywed couple to make them feel that the groom should make himself an ideal man like Vasishtha and the bride should become like Sati Arundhati. After this, the couple will be taken around in a procession to get them social recognition and acceptance. When the newlywed couple reaches the groom's house, they are made to tell each other's name and then enter into the house. The newlywed couple is made to play with the ball inside the house with relatives and friends cheering them. In the olden days, marriages used to take place in childhood, and the ball game was intended for bringing the newlyweds closer to each other. After the ball game, couple performs Ganapati Puja. It is a Hindu tradition to worship Lord Ganapati before commencing anything new. It is believed that by worshipping Ganapati, everything goes on smoothly. This ritual is called Sadasyamu. Newlywed couple take up Satyanarayana Vratam, worship of Lord Satyanarayana in a prescribed manner. It is customary to perform Satyanarayana Vratam at the time of Gruhapravesham or housewarming as it is called in the West. Since the newlyweds have a house of their own now and are going to start a new life together, they are made to perform this vratam. This vratam is the last ritual done to appease the gods in the wedding ceremony. With this, the wedding ceremonies conclude on a happy note.